The Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.nikkiclarkenetwork.com.
Welcome back. We have a lovely woman who is a spiritual healer and a good friend to many. Please welcome Effie Kapodistrias to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I love this color, purple. It's totally feeling that. Yeah.
I love purple too.
Purple is the color of royalty. So it's totally looking regal on you.
Oh, thank you.
But I think some people are curious to find out what a spiritual healer does. We hear about spiritual healers and we think, or we think, So what do you do?
What I do is work actually with Creator God, Source Energy. Actually, he's my boss. I allow people to come into a sacred space where they are basically relaxed and can judge a mental free from me and Creator. And then we have a little conversation with God together. I go up to a meditative state through prayer, and I ask them questions. I ask them to go into their space, and then and then I hear their higher self, Creator, and I witness changes, and then I would ask questions that Creator tells me to, or feel, or it depends on what that person needs at the moment. I do it in many different ways, through theta healing, hypnotherapy, energy enhancement, or just plain listen. So I help heal the subconscious mind and to allow the consciousness and the subconscious mind to partner.
Okay.
To partner. Because if you fear, you create more fear. If you love, you create more love.
Right. Let's talk about the theta healing. What is that exactly?
Theta healing is a way, like I said, a meditative prayer process to access higher consciousness and allow people to clear on that energetic level, where it's actually with hypnotherapy, it's where it is in the dream state, and that's where we create.
Okay, in the dream?
In the dream state, like a little dream, just before we get up, or just when we just wake up, or just in peace. That is the best way where you get in touch with your own higher self, with Creator, and open up to possibilities.
Okay. Now, when you meditate, how do you get to that point where you're conscious but not, and you're able to receive all this data or whatever you need to know, whatever level that you're at in terms of your meditation? How does that actually happen? I hear people say they try to meditate, but
everybody meditates differently. Some actually go for walks and absorb, and then they get ideas.
Okay.
Some wash dishes. Some sing.
Some do laundry.
Some do laundry.
Right.
Some clean. I do that, clean. But there's no right or wrong. People make it a big deal.
Okay.
It's basically being at peace and just going into your heart and asking yourself, what am I here for? What am I passionate about? How can I be more authentic? And theta healing gives you that opportunity to get in touch with that authenticity, that royal self, to be all you can and open up the doors of possibilities. And the possibilities endless. You meet different people. It just synchronicity starts. You just feel happier. You make changes. I've worked with people where, they come with sore backs, and it's as simple of letting go of the worry about a young child, and then the pain goes. Or they have a phobia from a past life. So if they have fear of water, they have drowned. I know that I had to go to a past life where I drowned. I was on Titanic and my loved ones drowned. So I had a fear of that, and I overcame that. So it really helps cleanse on many levels.
Right.
On a core belief where you are born, even from a mom's womb, where you pick up your mom's environment and her beliefs and your father's. You can go back and even further back where you remember where were the spark of light, and clear it from there. God is everywhere. We are a part of God, and He wants us to co-create with Him, not work against ourselves.
Right. Not going against the flow.
Yes.
Now you talk about past lives.
Yes.
This may be challenging for some people
I know.
to understand,
Mhm.
but a past life, explain how you came into understanding what that is.
Well, from my own experience, I had a hysterectomy and I was not feeling well, and one of my teachers told me to go see somebody, and I didn't know what to do. So she actually did a past life regression on me, and back then I couldn't speak. I stuttered.
Okay.
I was afraid of my own shadow. After coming out of those past lives, I spoke clearly. I, was confident. People go, "Who are you?"
The same person?
Yes.
Yeah.
My cousin goes, "Effie, do you know you're not stuttering?" I go, "Yeah." Isn't that great? And I did a past life regression. That's where I started coming into my own and said, okay, I got curious. Actually, I was a hairdresser, so I worked with the subconscious mind. People told me all their problems. So God had built me to evolve with different ways, in different paths, and doing different things and meeting new people. And God touches us to be as authentic as possible.
Right, right.
And if it's past life, it's through the DNA, through our ancestors, the sins of the forefathers,
Right.
right? Where it's passed from generation to generation.
So some of it can be totally unconscious, and it's
Totally.
just like you said, it's passed through the bloodline of an ancestor. So I wonder if there's a connection with my fear of heights. I'm terribly afraid of heights, and I wonder maybe we can do a past life regression and find out what happened to me. Maybe I fell off a cliff or I was pushed. Don't tell anybody.
Okay.
Don't say anything yet. But I wanted to actually find out how you transform clients when you meet with them and they share. What shifts have you noticed, and what are some of the things that you'd like to share with us about some great breakthroughs that have happened?
Well, I have worked with a few wonderful people who have had traumatic experiences that were life-threatening and terrifying, and they didn't want to go through the psychotherapy. They sometimes it like they repeat and go over the story. When they met me through one of my students, it started to ease off, and in 6 months, back in their power, doing things, we clear like free-flowing memories, right? We fear the shock through the through the DNA, through the cells. The cells remember, so they clear.
The cellular memory.
Cellular memory clears very quickly.
Okay.
And then you should what Creator does is many versions of unconditional love.
Okay.
And it heals the heart. So we can do a heart repair and soul repair. And we can clear things that you fear the most, opening you up. Because that's not who you are. You are part of Creator. You're here to create joy, happiness. Possibilities are endless, but we have been so clogged and told that we're not good enough that those have really stifled us from being loved.
What is fear to you?
False evidence appearing real.
Okay.
It's not there, it's just an illusion. But we have been trained, programmed,
To respond to fear.
yeah, actually, so inspiration, excitement is the same as fear. So it's learning to know the difference and discernment of it.
Okay, all right. When did you know that you had this gift? It must have happened at an early age where things had happened to you, or
I just can't. I was born with it. My grandparents had different psychic abilities, but they kept it hush, right?
Okay.
But I could sit. I just know. I sat in the room. I didn't go out to play, but with all the adults, and I would pick up all their fears, and it was like.
It must have been overwhelming, though, as a child.
It was. I didn't know how to clear myself, but as I grew and I asked God and I asked more questions, and they brought me people to understand more myself. And as I learned to transform those into love, it's a sense of freedom. And don't forget, we're all psychic. We all have this ability. And sometimes we don't even know we carry other people's stuff just because we love and want to heal them. We don't have to do that. We just have to surrender to love and give it to the Creator, because they need, for people to grow, they need those lessons. And we're trying to help them, but sometimes we hinder their spiritual growth.
Gotcha. I think there's someone in the audience right now who would like to have a connection with you. You do something called clearings, right?
Yes.
And it's based on questions
Yes.
that you pose. So would you like to just have this experience now, and we'll just watch?
Sure. Yeah, I can do it from here. Can I connect with you? Can I come into your space? Is that okay?
Sure.
And how can I help you today? What can I be of service to? What would you like to change?
More confidence in public speaking.
So what would happen if you did have a voice and you spoke? What's the worst thing that can happen?
Oh, just nervousness.
And if you're nervous, what will happen after that?
Shyness, yeah, shyness.
And you had nervousness and the shyness. What's the worst that can happen, sweetheart?
Fall off a cliff? No.
And if you fall off a cliff, what will happen after that?
Guess you hit the bottom eventually.
Oh. And if you hit the bottom, what will happen after that? First thing that comes in your mind is the right answer.
Get up again and go back on. Yeah.
So, are you testing yourself to see if you have a voice?
Sure.
Okay. Would you like to know how to have a voice without testing yourself? That you're good enough to speak and you have that confidence, and that you're supported by the universe to be a voice and a leader in this world. Would you like that? And how it feels like, and it's possible. And you know how to, when to, and safe for you to have it now? And can we clear the false evidence appearing real? And this, everybody can have it by saying yes. They can have the downloads, as we call it, or the clearance. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. How do you feel, lighter or heavier?
Lighter, cooler.
Very good. Now think about speaking. How do you feel?
Fine. Yeah.
Do you still have confidence, or there's still more to that? Are you still fearing?
I guess it's something I have to put to test. Yeah.
Would you like to know that you don't need to be tested or initiated to be close to God to have a voice for Him? Would you like to just have a voice because you are you and bring out your authenticity? Is that okay? Can we have God show you and what you were meant to learn by denying yourself to speak? Is that okay? Okay. what I get from past life, you were ridiculed for speaking up. You had great wisdom to share, but you were actually castorized and shunned. So could we go back to that past life and have it cleared from there? Is that okay? Sure. Thank you. Let's show you. God says it's time to shine. So could we show you how to shine now, being you? Is that okay? Thank you. Open your heart for you. Is that okay? Do you criticize yourself sometimes?
Oh, of course.
How's that working for you?
Oh, well, you know.
Would you like to know how to have a voice without having to punish yourself, criticize yourself, putting yourself down all the time? Is that okay? And what were you meant to learn by criticizing yourself?
I'm not sure. Just
How
habit.
habit? And who told you that criticism was healthy for you? Who used to criticize you?
Coworkers when younger.
How old?
20, 18, 19.
And how did it make you
Doing
feel?
apprenticeships.
Okay, how did it make you feel?
Oh, horrible, of course.
Okay. So could we go back before and show you heal it from that time? It's okay. And let's, okay,
How are you feeling? Yeah.
lighter, heavier,
Cooler.
cooler.
Okay. I think we can
Okay.
continue with the clearing maybe after you can
Yes,
reach
we
out to you.
can.
But where can people find you so they can experience this incredible shift?
A simple phone call at
If you want to tell everyone.
A simple phone call at 647-219-7945. My website is effiedivinecelebration.com. And you can also reach me my email, effiedivinecelebration@gmail.com.
Okay, awesome.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Effie, you're a blessing. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
blessings.
And Effie Kapodistrias, everyone, thank you so much for being here.
The Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience, or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.NikkiClarkeNetwork.com.